What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are going to be going over something that I just picked up. So, got another S10, right? But this thing's super cool. Steel cowl hood. I want to get rid of those seats. Does have a blow through from the bed. Flush mount tonneau cover. Street scene mirrors. And the best part, suicide doors. So there's a few things. There's a few things I think this is gonna need. When the air tank airs up, it automatically airs up the front bags. So I'm going to pull that valve, clean it up, and see if we can get it working again. If not, I got a spare set of half-inch SMC valves sitting in a parts bin. I'll change it out, and then I just really want to go over the underneath of this truck and see how everything was built, and see what's underneath it. And I'm kind of excited. I haven't been underneath it yet. Besides welding, it had to turn down on the muffler. I know it's coming through the tunnel of the bed has a hole in it, and the exhaust was coming through the blow through and coming straight into the cab. I didn't like it, so I did a turnout right by the back tire, right in front of the back tire. So other than that, I'm gonna get on the lift, get in the air, and let's go check out what this truck has. So I'll be right back. All right, so let's talk about what we see. I see some airlift bags. You see, yeah, airlift bags. Looks like Thoros cups. It's got some drop spindles. Stock arms. Maybe I'll pull the arms off and dehump them. That'd be a smart move. But stock arms, automatic trans. There's not much. Not much. We redo that mount. So I had some mounts for some trailer balls. Looks like they drug trailer balls. Got a set of those on each side. So and you got, looks like an old, judging by the cross member and the wishbone, looks like might be an old Thorbros kit. Probably his weld-on kit, maybe. Not a bad kit. I like it. This truck actually rides really nice, surprisingly, or not surprisingly. It really does ride really nice. Airlift bags in the rear as well. Bags don't look too bad. Let's see here. All right, notch. Looks like the notch could use some extra welding. Yeah, I can throw some better welds on the notch, but throw some paint down here. And then the air system. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. So this set here, that's for the rear. That set there's for the front. So the feed, which is this valve right here, I believe is stuck open because as the compressor fills the tank, it automatically fills the front bags, and I don't hear that valve click at all. So I'm gonna pull that apart and see if I can pull apart the diaphragm and see if if it needs some cleaning, some sanding. If not, if I can't get it to work, then like I said, I have a valve I can throw in there for the time being. But I mean, for a two valve setup or 4 valve setup, one set for the rear, one set for the front, this truck rides really nice. I mean, it's only got shocks in the rear, but it still has the front sway bar, and I think the front sway bar is what makes it feel really good, right? So going back to the front end, when it comes to the front sway bar itself, so it still has the stock end links. I think I want to make something here. I'm thinking maybe do the same bushing on the bottom, but on the top make it kind of like a shock, like the end of a shock, where it's a bushing on each side, sleeve through it, and then a mount that comes down and a bolt through, just so it swivels a little better, right? It doesn't tear up these end links too much, but That's gonna be coming in the near future. So I just did the starter on it, and I think I might have broke this piece right here. Let's see. Yeah, look, there's a lot of exhaust coming out there. There's a lot of exhaust coming up there, so I got a new gasket coming. Change that gasket out. I just put a new starter in it, and that's probably why that gasket broke, because I had to pry this away to get the starter to drop. But other than that, looks like that piece needs to be done too. Alright, looks like I'm doing exhaust as well. But yeah, not bad. Let me get this thing ready so I can start pulling the valves apart back here. I think the valves is the biggest issue. There's the little side pipe that I made, but yeah, and then see if I can get the gauges working, get everything extended, and get everything just where it needs to be. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright. Not too bad. You fit? Yeah, you fit. No. Alright, these are gonna suck. I think they might end up being. Alright, that one works. The more we can save, the better. So that one's loosening up. Let's see if this one will do it too. That one's loosening up. Let's see if the top one. Oh, that doesn't have a nut on it. Don't surprise me. Alright. Looks like we can take these two back ones off. Okay. That. One of my favorite tools in the whole shop. The angle grinder. Alright. That's out. Pull this out of the way. So here I'm pretty much just taking off the valves. It's two 10s and an 8. Cut the wires off and just got it ready. Alright, so got the valves out. This is the dump. Oh no. Wait a second. No, this is the fill. So fill is what we taped off. So this is what we're going to check. It's fill, this is done. It's cool, it even has a slowdown. That's a plus. So what's going on here? Anything's a hammer if you put your mind to it. Alright. So it's nice and clean in there. Let's see, pull this off. Alright, got some signs of rust. Some signs of rust. Alright. What's going on here? Is it just not clicking? Let's see. Let's check what's going on with that. Stand these beads. Positive. Negative. negative. And let's clean this up. All right. When one wire stripper doesn't work, break out the other one. As Lord knows, every mechanic's got at least 5, 6 wire strippers because he forgot them on that one job and decided to buy a $7 one. Okay, looks like it works. How about this one? So they both work. So in. So this is backwards. That's why it's automatically filling. Someone put it on backwards. Well, too easy. Let's go this way. So air's just making its way through. All right. So we just got to reorientate the valve. So that means they've been running this setup like this for a while, which is bonkers to me. So I mean, we don't got to mess with wiring or anything like that. And the valves, it's easily pull off that little C-clip. Top part of the solenoid comes out. So after I pull this plate, don't forget to pull the plate. Boom. Spring. And I can put this whole thing, all right, we don't need this anymore. Put this whole thing in the vise here. Okay, let's do it this way. This will make it easier. Just like that. All right. It's crazy. Yeah, see it now. Look at the other one. The other side. The orientations are it's the same. Wait, no. And yep. Yeah, they had it backwards. Definitely had it backwards. That off. Actually, let's get this diaphragm back on real quick so I don't damage it. Make sure whenever you pull this off right here, make sure you clean it thoroughly before putting it back on. Who knew it'd be that easy? Well, we'll see. We won't know until there's air in the system and whatnot, but looks like that's about it. So, one of the things I've learned about these air systems, dealing with my truck and whatnot, um, so it's as long as there's air in the tank, your valves won't necessarily leak. But if there's no air in the tank, all the air from the bags leak back into the tank. And we're back. I started trying to take a closed nipple off when it's stuck on. It's the worst. Little bit of Teflon in my life. Make sure no air does leak out. Some on that side. A little bit on this side. And if you don't know your orientation of putting on Teflon, easiest way is if you're holding it in your left hand, you start from the front side and you go under. If you didn't know. So you're going to orientate this in the inside like this. So that's where it's coming from. Wait, no. Goes in. Okay. So air comes in, out to the bag, in the bag, in, out to atmosphere. And as a mechanic, as someone who does these things a lot, it's not wrong if you talk to yourself. I do it all the time. Okay. I think this one we can use this. I think one more round will be good. Oh, fuck. Don't pinch your hand in your pliers. Rotate that where it's supposed to go. Just like that. Match the other side. Wow, that really hurt. Spin this. Just a little bit. Just a wee bit. Alright. Now to assemble. So, spring goes on. And solenoid goes on. That really hurt. That really hurt. This fantastic piece right here. Then lock ring. Lock rings on. Use your pliers. And snap it into place. You're pretty much all done. There you go. Make sure it locks, because the last thing you want is for this thing to pop off and then you're all alone. Ooh. Oh, that really hurt. Okay. So let's pull the diaphragm back off so I can put the mount back on. And then everything can get assembled. And honestly, I actually really like this truck. It's like seeing how everything is. It makes it a really good driver. So, oh, and my daughter claimed it already. She said we're painting it pink.
So you can make it for me?
You like this truck?
Yeah!
Is this your truck?
Yeah, now it is.
Now it is?
Yeah, mine.
So what color are we gonna paint the truck?
Pink! But right now it's blue.
So just to reiterate, what I had done, if you get leakage, sometimes you get corrosion inside these valves. When you pop this cap off, you have the diaphragm. I've experienced it where I had a customer's truck here. For some reason, it always while he was driving, it would leak down. Um, but it was leaking all around the cap here, right? So after I pulled all the valves off, I took them all apart. There was a lot of crud and corrosion and all that inside the valve itself, which yeah, that was a whole headache. So um, got his truck, all good, and it's still on the road now. So there we go. Oh, can't forget this piece. Um, so yeah, like I said, pull the 4 bolts. You pull it up, clean out that diaphragm, make sure there's no dirt, debris, or anything like that. Wipe it clean before you put it all back together. And in the event that it is bad and you can't repair, you can't clean it. I mean, you can find these valves online. They're relatively cheap, anywhere from $20 to $50 each. $20 for kind of the cheaper cylindrical style valves. But if you want the SMC style valves, which is this here, the square head, they are a little more on the pricey side, which it's worth it. I mean, I have before I went with the Chad Chris manifold on my other truck. Um, I had half-inch SMC valves, and I even man, they were so old that one of the wires broke right on the little square, and it had like maybe less than an eighth of an inch of wire. And I just tried my best to get a little bit of solder on there, and I soldered a wire on, and I put some goop on there to weatherproof it. And that valve it's in my box. It still works. So I mean, it's definitely worth spending your money on the right valves if you want. If these are the valves that you want to go with, right? Um, there are other avenues and whatnot that you could take, but these are uh, these are old school. They would say, I guess. Um, but if you have the money to spend on a proper valve block, I would. I like it. I like my. Here, I got an example right here on my shelf. So, Chad Chris manifold. It's all billet, all passages, and everything like that. This is the first one that I put on my truck. I did pull it off because I had a different colored one that matches the truck a little bit better. This is gonna go on a different vehicle after I clean it up and rewire it. But I mean, for what it is, it's really nice. All of your solenoids are all here, so easy access, easy to work on. And Chad's a really good guy. You have any questions? As long as you hook it up right, and you have any questions, you can email him, talk to him, message him, and he'll respond 9 times 9 times out of 10 because he is a busy man. But if you have the money to spend on a manifold, spend it. This just works for now. So let's get back under the truck. Get back on the truck and install all this again. Here you see me start to mount up the valves and get it positioned. And then I do start to wire it up. Getting the lines put on, getting everything bolted in. It wasn't really too hard getting everything wired up. And then here, I didn't have my mic turned on, so it recorded nothing. All it pretty much was here was I mounted the compressor, and since I had to cut off a couple bolts, I was just putting new bolts in. I really don't remember what I was rambling on about. Probably something about me being hungry and my brother's just coming in and I'm about to work on his car. But yeah, all in good fun. Truck really did good. It aired up. I did have to tighten up one of the air lines. I didn't tighten it up all the way, and I was wondering why it was just staying stagnant at 40 psi as the compressor was trying to fill the tank. I thought it was a petcock valve, but it wasn't. Ended up being one of the feed lines. So yeah, fun stuff. Alright, so now we're in the truck and it's driving as it should be. Switches are working the way they should be working. It's building air pressure and not losing air pressure. So I think we fixed the leak and we fixed the valve issue. So I got the gauges to work good. Now we're just heading home. So there's more to come on this truck. So stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.